TravelTroll.
Hello and welcome to the Netherlands, the land of bicycles. It is, first of all, incredibly flat. The entire Netherlands doesn't have a hill or a mountain larger than 15 meters. Or at least I didn't see it. Since everything is so flat, it's really easy to get around on a bicycle. So with minimum effort you can really go far. And when we're talking about bicycles, we are not talking about the same kinds of sports bicycles that go 60 kilometers an hour like in Norway. We're talking about city bikes where you sit with a straight back and you drive around 10 or 15 kilometers an hour. Most of these bicycles are rusty, they squeak, creak, and cost not more than 30 euros, because anything more expensive than that gets stolen. And the theft is actually quite a big problem. So whenever you go somewhere with your bicycle, the first thing you need to plan is where you will park it. Now, bike parking is a large issue in this entire country. And for example, here's the Utrecht bicycle parking lot at the main central station. It's rather hard to understand what the term bicycle parking problem means until you see 20,000 bicycles in one spot. I have been to Bosch, I have been to Rotterdam, Amsterdam, and now in Utrecht. As an overview, I can tell you a few basics about each. Amsterdam is the biggest city and by far the most touristic one. So when you go there, you're surrounded by tourists anywhere you go at any day of the week. The most popular touristic attractions are of course the red light district and all the weed shops and smoke it here bars and pubs. As soon as you get outside of the city center, the city gets more boring but more local, as you see more canals and old buildings and old architecture that is not as crowded with tourists. So what to see and do in Amsterdam? I think there is 100,000 blogs and posts about what to do, what to see and where to go. And a lot of them focus on the inner center and museums. There is a lot of museums that are really worth seeing in Amsterdam and actually in the whole of Netherlands. But the place that astounded me the most and that left the biggest impression in Amsterdam was their zoo. The zoo in Amsterdam is really awesome. All the animals are very healthy, well taken care of, energetic and active. So it's really a pleasure to go there and see them fly around, jump around, and do whatever they do. What also impressed me a lot is the amount of open cages. Quite a few of the animals are free roaming, or you can walk into their cage and meet them in person. The touching and petting is not allowed or endorsed, but it's really cool to be among them. And even the troll got almost eaten by a lemur. Utrecht is a rather large city, a little bit more inland and quite central to the Netherlands, so it's very easy and quick to get to any other place that you want. The whole city center has very much a feel of Amsterdam, but the non-touristic part. So it's not as crowded with tourists, but still has that charm and still has that architecture that you kind of want to see around the canals. Then Bosch is even further away from Amsterdam, and that place is basically the most charming city I have seen in a really long time. It is really cute, really an attraction to see. If somebody is around, I would highly recommend it for a one-day trip. Rotterdam, on the other hand, is a city that's drastically different from all of these because it was bombed down in the Second World War and it doesn't have that old core, it doesn't have the old canals and old architecture that is so attractive to see in all the other places. But what it does have is Europe's largest port. It has very big modern architecture, a modern city center, and amongst the cheapest rents in bigger cities in whole Europe, because it's not such a attractive place to live in, I guess. We are in
A lot of big buildings.
Rotterdam Museum Park. We are surrounded by museums
And birds. A lot of live music going on around the city.
and a lot of markets. Saw quite a few festivals. The Nature History Museum here has an exhibit on famous dead animals or weirdly died dead animals, including decapitated pigeons and
Screwed in rats.
literally screwed.
Hedgehogs getting stuck in McFlurry boxes.
That was sad.
Sad. How do you like the Netherlands so far?
I like it very much, although I have to say I miss mountains. Like, I'm used to seeing mountains on the horizon, you know, like having something in the background, but here everything is just so flat. There is no
So
uphill, no downhill,
I know.
it's just...
It's very nice for cycling and stuff.
What's for dinner today?
We could
Microwave
have
dinner?
croquettes from the microwave and fries from the microwave. And
So croquettes here are not just like potato dough that's deep fried. It's usually a mix of potato and meat and goulashy
it's
thingy,
mostly goulash, yeah, with a little bit of to make it sticky to potato.
and then deep fried the shit out of it, and it's delicious. It's like liquid inside, totally.
Oh, we haven't had pancakes. We should eat pancakes, like Dutch pancakes. We have to get the Dutch pancake syrup, and we're gonna have pancakes with cheese, and pancakes with cheese and ham, and pancakes with cheese and bacon, and pancakes with apple, and pancakes with raisins. You could go to a pancake restaurant, you can have everything on pancakes.
You shall not prevail, foul troll. Try to stop me.